Well, hello, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Masters event for February 2025. And what we've got for you are two matches in the teal bracket. Now, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. We did Shadow versus Hepta. It was in the morning. And that was a round one match. And so that done, single match, kick off the month. And now we're here to complete the teal bracket. We're going to do Shadow, who defeated Hepta in round one, against Critical Lapis in round two. And then the winner will immediately take on Knight in the round of 16 to determine the first of our top 8 finishers. So two matches will play down to a top 8 in this part of the bracket, which is exciting. And as proof that we have no one in the top 8, I show you this completely empty bracket. Oh wait, no. It is not completely empty. Oh my god. Who could have predicted that would have happened? All right, there it is. There it is. Top 8 empty. We will have someone entering it today. And that's all we've got. We've got 2 matches. That is it. So looking forward to that one. Take a look at our rules. The rules say that this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System and DSC consoles. Players can play an emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, security, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller so long as no big buttons or turbo functions used, electronic or mechanical, biological, turbo only. First player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Best of 5. That is what it is. So, sorry. First player to 3 wins is the winner of their match. Yes, level 18 starts all the way through level 39. Super kill screen, uncapped score, same piece sets, re-rolled in between each game of the match. Players should not receive any advice while they are playing a game. In between games, fine, get advice in between. But in the middle of a game, no, you should not have that. Do not pause unless the commentator tells you to. If you experience tech issues like with OBS or internet or computer or anything else, just keep playing. Capture, camera, whatever. Just keep playing, okay? Don't pause and go, oh, what are we going to do? Just keep playing and I will figure it out. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool which stands right now at 1,000 cents. 1,000 cents is where the prize pool stands right now. We are looking to get to 200,000 cents. So please help us as we get to 200,000 cents. We are, we're getting there. And when we get to 200,000 cents, we can pay our top 8 finishers instead of our top 4. Our prize pool is funded 100% by you, the viewers. So if you do want to see the players keep coming back, because they're all about the money. We just play for money, that's it. Then, you want to keep them coming back, playing at a high level, keeping sharp, getting better, all that. Well, use the Match Reno command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up some links. One that says Masters, that is one for this tournament. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page for the tournament with our prize pool partner, Match Reno. Top right hand corner, there's a login button. Click on that. You can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube or Discord account. Once you're in, look on the right side of the screen. There should be a button that says contribute, and you can contribute straight cash, homie, right from there. There's also some contribution codes remaining, so we've done 10 of them. That means we should have, let's see, 10 is a 4. So we should have 10 left. Is that how the math works? I think we have 10 codes left. So please do head on over to the Match Reno page and click on claim code. All you got to do is log in and click a button and leave. While you're there, consider kicking in $5 or whatever. Do it. Why not? $5. It's it. Or 10, or, if you happen to have $1,990 kicking around, that amount works as well. So anyway, thank you to everybody who contributes to our prize pool. And you're all great. Where are codes? Yeah, you just click on where it's, and you don't even have to see, it's called a contribution code. You don't have to enter the code. You just click on a button. So I don't know why they call it a code. But that is indeed what it is called. So just click on that, click on the button, and you're good. Yeah, excuse me. All right, anyway, that's how to support the players, if you want to support the channel, that's something you can do. Summer B with a $15 contribution. Thank you, Summer B. That gets us up to $25. If you want to support the channel, you can go to patreon.com/multitetris, make an ongoing pledge of support, just like the people on this slide have done. This allows us to look forward into the future and go, yes, revenue is coming in, so we do not have to do any DoorDash this month to keep this thing going. We can indeed just do Tetris for y'all. So if you want to keep the channel going, that's a great way to do it. Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Madelsberger, N-Dog, Mr. Brain, Corporal, Junior, Troy Dan, Kim M, Cat Kid, Java T, Jason, Sunny, Mila, all doing a big part here, and everybody else on this slide. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And if you don't like Patreon, some people don't. That's okay. We got you. Call on your bluff. We got a support command with a whole bunch of other ways to support us, including making a regular contribution via Streamlabs or PayPal. There's also some one-time ways to contribute. If you're watching on YouTube, you got super chats and stickers. You can become a member of the channel by clicking the join button just below the video player. And you can even gift channel memberships, one or many, to the channel. Over on Twitch, you got bits. You can become a subscriber. You can gift a subscription or many subscriptions. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription to apply to the streamer of your choice on a monthly basis. But it is use it or lose it. You cannot save or stack them, so do not lose it. Use it on us. Okay, I'm going to bring over our players. We'll get them all orientated and whatnot. Shadow, perfect, clean, like 4K, Dolby Vision, HDR 10, whatever. And we'll refresh our good friend Critical Lapis. There we go. It's funny, Critical Lapis is not even the most critical Lapis in the Tetris community. I can think of at least one more Lapis that's far more critical. The fonts are hard to read on this slide. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's hard to fit everything in, so we'll maybe we'll make them a little bigger, but everybody's there. I do have to adjust stencil. I can't believe I'm adjusting stencil. What the heck in 2026? Oh no, that's my fault. All right, actually it's perfect. All right, thanks to those of you who are doing the codes. Again, we had Summer B, $15. We also had Flies, Whizzle, Looney, RBSR, and Tayo, I think that is. In trans rights, Tayo. Tayo, Skibbity, oh Tayo. 7 codes left. That's it, 7 codes, and then I can shut up about it. And you might as well redeem your STM coupon at the same time. I agree. You'll do a code. All right, thank you, Kip. 4 left, DJ Mr. Burrow, and Ningaben, and not much coming in. So 4 left. Let's go ahead and give these players their pieces. That is the seed music. And now we hit shuffle on the playlist. Our 3 crucial songs, our opening song, our prize pool jabber song, and then our pieces song. You miss Unshuffled. You miss Unshuffled? K9 and Kip coming in. All right, I will unshuffle. All right, we're gonna go in strict order for Tayo for you today. All right, you just remember that. Remember that, you know? Remember that I am. I like the unshuffled. Yeah, I do. I also like the shuffled, but I think I prefer the unshuffled one. I get in a rhythm with that one. I can also guarantee that the Say the Line song comes up, but I get it. You know, every once in a while I need some novelty. All right, Critical, it's time. This is the Pieces music. I know you got new pads. Do I get reflipped? The problem is your shirt is very obvious. We don't want it to say some weird backward symbol. So no, we're not going to reflip you. I think it's fine. I don't think people have to face their pieces. Like, people understand. Someone gift the backward shirt for real? Yeah, true. Somebody's got to gift the backward shirt. All right, the pieces are here. Did someone pin the seed? Yeah, 6BE279. Thank you, Tayo. Doogie says, you got this, Shqdwnight. 7 or something exclamation points. It's a lot. You got this, FR, it says Hepta. All right, well, is anyone for Critical here? All right, let's... In chat right now, scream for whoever you are pulling for, okay? Scream, support them. Yeah, oh, well, it's hard to tell exactly how many exclamation points. It could be like 6, 7, I don't know. Somewhere in there. Something like that. It's hard to see exactly. 6BE279. 6BE279. Mr. Burrow 668. I know there are a couple other contributions in here. We'll get to them once we get this started. All right, game number 1, Critical versus Shadow, best of 5. The winner goes to the top 16. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tayo says, let's go to a game 5 and make both players feel they played their best. I mean, that's what I root for. I just root for deciders every time. Most days. Some days I'm like, oh my God, please. I'm so tired. Please just someone sweep this. And then, you know, it's like someone will go up 2 games to none, and then the other person will win the next 2. But then the original person who is up like 2 games to none ends up winning anyway. And it's like, oh, did you really have to win those like other 2 games? Sometimes I feel like that. It's like, oh man, if you're just going to lose, like, don't even bother winning the next 2 games. I'm kidding, of course. All right. Well, we are underway. I am kidding. Content, guys, content. Anyway, we are underway. Each player starting off with 4 Tetrises on the left side of your screen. It's Critical Lapis. One of 2 Lapises. My favorite Lapis of the 2. I'm just going to say that right now. So maybe I'm biased, but my favorite of the various Lapises. Lapii? I don't know. But anyways, qualified into seed number 10 from the USA with a PB heading into the month of 2.96. And Critical is on the Premier Poll ranking. It was ranked number 18 in the Premier Poll. And I don't know if that was the first time Critical was ranked, but he hasn't, if so, he hasn't been ranked all that much. But now ranked 18 in the Premier Poll. So definitely on the upswing, Critical's Tetris career. So you like to see that. Critical qualified in with a 1.455 million. And yeah, really interesting board. Very blocky rectangular board there for Critical. But Critical, not in the, in competitive Tetris community for a super long time. Came in September 2024. won a community tier 2 tournament back in May of 2025, and then won futures in December of 2025. So a futures circuit winner, Crytical. Crytical made his Masters debut a year ago this month and defeated Sodium in round 1 in a sweep. And you've also seen Crytical at the Boston Tea Party event just about a month ago. And played a bunch in CTL. And is now here playing for our enjoyment. 397 Crytical, 377 for Shadow. And on the right side of the screen, it is Shadow who defeated Hepta in round 1 to get to this round 2. Shadow qualified into seed number 23 from the USA with a PB of 1.67, so that is a rollover. Shadow's qualifier 1.23 million. That 1.67, by the way, is a top 66 scorer. Not everybody's PB is on that leaderboard, so I wish they were, but I like that leaderboard as opposed to the robot because it's all validated. Like, people can put ultimately whatever they want in the robot, but the leaderboard is good because it's validated, you know, or at least somebody looks at it. Boy, some Crytical release to look at this board and probably does not want to. That is a top out at 496. Shadow gets a Tetris in and is just about 9,000 away. So a little mini chase down for Shadow. And there's a Tetris for the win. Shadow takes game number 1. Let's go ahead and give these players some new pieces. Shadow pinned the seed. Come on. Don't you see? Don't you see? These players need you, guys. They're trying to, you know, show you up a bit. It's like, I'm playing in the match and I can pin a seed. Shadow pinning. That sounds like a thing that people do. Oh, somebody shadow pinned. I think that's what it should be called when the player pins the seed. Like Vance does that sometimes. Like shadow pinning. You pinned them all yesterday. Too good. All right, 3-6, F6, FB. Both players. That's what I'm going to call her from now on. Shadow pinning with a Q. All right, looks like both players are ready. Game number 2, Crytical versus Shadow. Shadow up 1-0, 3-2-1, Tetris. Anyway, Shadow made his Masters debut back in January of 2025. Played in Mega Masters that same year. Played in Stupid Tetris Monthly back in July. That must have been no next box. Defeated JoJo in round 1 in that one. Shadow's first win in a Masters match was against Coster in August of 2025. And that win against Hepta was his second win in a Masters match. We've also seen Shadow at the Minnesota Regional. the Northeast Regional, that's the one that's in Connecticut, and the Boston Tea Parody event just about a month ago. And Shadow also played in CTWC in 2025 in the gold brackets and played a round 0 match against our old friend Brodendamp. Oh yeah, also in silver in 2023 and showed up at Philadelphia the last couple of years too. 60,000 for Critical, 161 for Shadow. Critical gets a long bar down the right side of the board just to knock it down. That leaves a dirty Tetris setup, which he's going to convert. So 85,000 for Critical, 183 for Shadow. Yes, we understand, Hepta. You do not have to apologize. You're okay. FACETIOUS. It doesn't seem like it should have an E in it, but it does. 144 for Critical, 239 for Shadow. I mean, then again, you know, it sounds like an E, and the E is represented by the letter E, so it does seem correct, but also incorrect at the same time. $169 for Critical, 308 for Shadow. Critical mentioned before the match that he had swapped out his, the conductive pads and the controller about a half hour before the match. So another controller blamer. And speaking of YouTube comments, did you guys see all the? I mean, Andy received so much hate in the YouTube comments. What are you doing, you YouTube commenters? Because he was having, controller issues and people didn't believe it. You guys see all that? Like, what are you guys doing? Why are you guys doing this? You never look at the YouTube comments? I mean, I shouldn't either. But I just can't believe, like people think Andy can't, he's too bad to just play, that when he plays bad, he has to blame his controller. Like, clearly there was a controller issue. Like, guy's literally won 5 Masters and 8 DAS events. So I think he knows when his controller is an issue. But, I mean, you guys got to relax. Nobody here watching live, but y'all got to relax. I usually delete comments that are, or I try to. I don't read all the comments all the time, but I do delete comments that are critical of the players. I don't think it's very nice. Like, we don't invite players to play on our stream only to subject them to people being mean to them online. Like, that's not very nice. It's like you wouldn't invite someone to your house just to do that. So that's the way I look at it. 388 for Critical, 522 for Shadow. The YouTube comments are incredible. Yeah, they are incredible. Tayo says, have you ever seen that clip of a basketball pro? Was that Steph Curry, I think? It was somebody bouncing a ball between his legs while walking, and he misses catching it, and then identifies that the floor was faulty. As in, I've done this so much, I know when it's me versus when it's the floor. Yeah, I mean, that is perfect thing to bring up. These players know when it's themselves and when it's the controller. And honestly, most of us can tell anyway, so If you're someone who's saying that, oh yeah, I don't believe him, then you're just showing that I don't know. You're displaying something about yourself, not about the player. Let's put it that way. 480 for Critical, 640 for Shadow. So big lead here for Shadow, about, you know, over about 150,000, about a 5-line difference. Now remember, this is the level 19 phase. When we hit level 29, that speed is going to double. Both of these players are rollers, and so, you know, theoretically have the ability to take advantage of those post 29 speeds. How that shows up in practice, we'll see. Dan V says, sport is like the easiest thing to backseed, isn't it? Everyone becomes an expert when they are just watching. Yeah, that's true. And there's nothing like more, I don't know. There's nothing like, if we allowed the same kind of logic that people use when defending their like brain dead sports takes, if we allowed that in like a really important realm, like in politics, then, oh wait, we do that. 669 for Critical, 860 for Shadow. All right, there's a Tetris Critical, 763, 867 for Shadow. Googlebot says, I believe YouTube controller couch detectives. Yeah, believe all YouTube controller couch detectives. All right, Critical. Oh man, could really use a bar now. Needs kind of a bail. And my God, this is really tough. That is going to be a top out for Critical in game number 2. And Shadow is good and goes up 2 games to none. Travis says, I saw that again, you know, that Steph Curry thing yesterday on Reddit. There were a half a dozen times he found issues. Here's Shadow going for a little bit of a mullen here, get the max out. There were about a half dozen times he found issues, one where the rim was the wrong height. See, these top players, they know. I don't know why y'all sitting at home, like, you just come in here all super confident, like you know anything. Obviously, this applies to like 3 people. Actually, no, it's more than 3 people, but it's just it shouldn't bother me, but it does bother me, especially when it's aimed at the players. It's so dumb. All right, new pieces are here. It would be more interesting game if the rim heights were randomized for each game. Oh, like stupid National Basketball Association monthly. Cotwerpit says GG. Thanks. Welcome to the channel. Oh, I didn't thank. Let me thank. Let me thank contributors here. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I guess I didn't. All right, so the pieces should be there. Pieces are there, and they got shadow pinned again. Y'all mods in chat, you are in dereliction of your duties. Shadow pinned again. You're on mobile? It's all right. I mean, at least, you know, at least you feel, you know, enough responsibility to explain yourself. So 9F11A4. Both players are ready. It's game number 3. Critical has got to win this one to continue on. Let's go ahead and get him started. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Hepta says, I heard a rumor about Kobe noticing that the rim was a quarter inch too high. They allegedly set it that way so that recording equipment weighs it down to the correct height when it's game time. Do we really need recording equipment like on the actual orange part of the rim like that badly? We really need that? Yeah, why is Shadow that good as a pinner? I don't get it. Massive skill. Huge skill gap. Pinning wise. Right, we're underway in game number 3. STM, but it's just how fast can you pin the seed? That sounds fun. Yeah, just have a whole Olympics of stuff that doesn't matter, like kind of secondary Tetris characteristics, like pinning the seed and stencil adjustment. All things that are Tetris adjacent, but not Tetris critical. Or, you know, center of the page Tetris skills. Organizing the curling, so showing up on time for your match. Madelsberger firing shots. Everybody's fine. I mean, it's pretty rare that we have a persistent issue. Like none of it's really. I mean, Andy even, you know, it was just a little. It was a couple of matches, right? So it's not a big deal. $242 for Critical, $182 for Shadow. Like a randomized Tetris capture, and you have to fix it as fast as possible. Yeah, I have sort of something like that on a list. Like I have sort of a method where I can do that. And then players have to get it stencil ready as quickly as possible. And then I judge at the end, like how many pixels off they are. It's really dumb. Oh, I missed a raid from Adam Irish. Thank you, Adam, if you're still here. All right, 5615, by the way, we had contributions from DJ Mr. Burrow. Mr. Burrow said, shuffle beats unshuffled. All right. K9 watching Tetris came in with 2222. Thank you, K9. And Summer B with the 15. We have one code left. One code. That should be another event claiming codes. I mean, it is a monthly event. We have one left. And the problem is, like, maybe 5 people will go over and try to do it. And then only one person can do it. So those other 4 are going to be like, well, see, I shouldn't have gone over there. There's one left. And there it was. Madelsberger did it. Thank you, Madelsberger. Appreciate that. So we are all done with codes. This might be a record. What is this, match number 2? Like, how many matches have we done? Like, all right, maybe it's match number 4. So that's very early in the month. Yeah, this is the 4th match of the month that has been, and we're not even through with it. Invictus Rage says, I feel happy when I try to do it and I can't. Well, that is good. That's the right attitude. Thank you, Invictus. 471 for Critical, 446 for Shadow. Dirty Tetris for Shadow, $11.27 contribution from Madelsberger gets us up to 6767. Thank you so much. Madelsberger with no comment. I said it twice indeed. 543 for Critical into 19. And 543 for Shadow into 19. So a tie at the transition. $10 from Mustache Ken, and thank you, MC. Said, didn't get to the code in time, so this is my punishment. Well, it was a just punishment. You got to get to that code. But thank you so much. This makes up for it. 603 for Critical. And a big Spire here for Shadow. Guys, my car. Oh, wait, I shouldn't talk about I, me, my. The guy in YouTube said he didn't like that. So I was going to say, oh, forget it then. We'll just talk about what's in front of me. Tetris here for Critical, 662. 614 for Shadow. Another Tetris Shadow, 641. Critical. Uncovering. Waiting. Tripling. Still waiting. Long bar in Tetris for Critical. 705. 672 for Shadow. My car. I don't want to say broken into, but someone entered my car overnight. I think I accidentally left it unlocked, which I really never do. I mean, I've done that in the past, but I haven't done that in the longest time. And yeah, somebody entered my car. There was nothing in there. I've learned my lesson. Keep nothing in your car of value at all. 767 Shadow, 858 Critical, and it was in our apartment's garage. Like, it's in a garage, but someone got in, and I guess they opened a bunch of other cars, usually looking for wallets and guns, and there was none of that stuff in my car. Did they steal my new car air freshener? I don't like car air fresheners. I'm not a big fan of like these kind of artificial scents, candles and air fresheners and things like that. I don't like that. 868. I'm very sensitive, as you all know. Tetris for Shadow, 938, 973 for Critical. Tetris for Critical, max out on 28. They steal my backup supply of long bars. Yes, my extra long bars were there. That's right. I can't say I, me, my, but I can talk about my father's son. Brothers and sisters have I none. But someone broke into the car of my father's son. All right, A74 for Critical, level 30, A63 for Shadow. Why would anyone have a gun in their parked car? I think people who carry them sometimes forget. It happens, though. I mean, people find them. Shadow gonna top out on level 31, so Critical gonna stay alive in this match. And Critical, you are good. And Shadow, I think those pads are broken in, so now I gotta try to outguess Shadow. All right, I'm about to hit the button. Ready? So somebody's got to get it. You don't want to get sniped by Shadow. Ready? 3, 2, 1, seed. Now it's gonna delay, but there it is. Let's see who got it. Tayo got it. There you go. Yes, Tayo got it. A double loss. Lost game 3, lost the pin in game 3. My goodness. Or after game 3. All right. So new pieces are here. 9 for FFC1. It says pinned by Shadow on your screen, though. Does it really? It says Tayo on mine. No cap. I'll put it in Vandy channel. Wait, really? Tayo. Everybody else says Tayo except for yours. I'll put it in Vandy channel right now. Okay, it's in. I literally put it in there. Shqdwnight says I did it and then Tayo. Oh, because you did it like. But yeah, it should only let one person pin. I refreshed and now it says Shqdwnight. Guys, we have glitched the matrix. Yeah, I refreshed it too and it says Shqdwnight. What the heck? All right, let's go ahead and get these players started. Game number 4. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, I refreshed it and it said Shqdwnight, but originally said Tayo until I refreshed. Like, so Shqdwnight too good. The ultimate shadow pinner. 41-41 from Pseudo Canard gets us up to 119.08. Thank you, Pseudo Canard, continuing her tradition of odd rando contributions. Appreciate that. Yeah, we literally broke Twitch, guys. Dan V can put that in the video. We literally broke Twitch, you know. That's just that. Well, Crytical continuing on in this match, winning game number 3. Now trying to force a deciding game 5. Is Shadow using a cut-proof glove? I don't think so. That looks like one of the Eric ICX, you know, 10 pairs bulk gloves. Because that thing is, you know, pretty ragged. Cotton work glove. I think that's the one that's like pinned in the about section of the channel. Like, I don't know, somehow Amazon, whatever. It's in one of the panels, the support us panel stuff you can buy through Amazon Associates. It looks like those, which were originally the ones that Eric ICX bought way back in the day, and then a bunch of other people followed suit, bought the same gloves. And I remember they get ragged like that after they get used for a while. So it looks like those same ones. 237 Crytical, 252 for Shadow. Fractal's lotion got me when I started playing Tetris as Travis. Wait, were you using lotion? Or you just thought it was funny that he used lotion? I think lotion, it seems like, I mean, obviously, you know, Fractal, world champ, 9-time CTM champ. But seems like lotion does not, I feel like you don't want to introduce that into electronics. What's up, Morlando? I feel like that just gets in there, shorts out components, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, does that make the controller slimy? I mean, how can you avoid getting it all over places you want it to be like not slippery? Oh my God, Travis, what the heck? 392 for Shadow, 357 for Critical. When's someone going to make bespoke rolling gloves? I mean, you know, we've got some product designers and producers of various Tetris community related products. We got padless controllers. I mean, it seems like you know, some rolling gloves would be a way to extend the line. Oh, Shadow with that upside down J. And gonna clear all this away. Yeah, you know, increase that dollar per sale to tack on accessories and whatnot. And Critical in a critical moment. This is, I don't know, is this survivable? No, it is not. And Critical Lap is going to top out at 397. And Shadow, seed number 23, is going to advance to the top 16. So GG's Critical Lapis. Maybe switch the pads tomorrow. So yeah, double flips pretty tough. So hopefully you get used to those pads, get back into your top form, and come back and win a couple rounds next month. GG Critical. And Shadow, you are moving on. Let's give you your 3. And all right, we're gonna run an ad real quick, and we will bring in Knight for the round of 16. All right, bye-bye number 10 and hello number 7. We'll get all this refreshed and sorted out. Yeah, this is Shadow's first round 3. Top 16. All right, are you on an alt there? Knight. Alice Knight and the Pips. You'll be there in 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes. We're going to dock you 1 game in the match per minute. So you have to start at -3. Oh, that's what we should do. We should dock people a game, and they have to start at negative for every, 5 minutes they're late. What do you think about that? -1. So it starts out -1 to 0. No, I'm just kidding. Of course not, Knight. Of course not. It's all good. All right. There's I'm the new knight. All right, I'm going to do a Vandy challenge. Yeah, that was never getting over. You want to play? You want to play? Oh my God. I can't play you. Like, what the heck? You're too good. You can no, don't do dash. You just stay locked in. You stay locked in. You stay locked in. Day ruined. Well, you got to worry about night being ruined. You just focus on the fight. Oh, how did I not have dash? That's crazy. Ah. Nice. Oh, why did I do that? Because stupid. All right. All night, I have to play for you. That's what we should do. Make people sit there with their cameras on with my playfield over them. What do you think of that? And they have to pretend that they're playing. That's your punishment. Why are Vandy's Tetris noises only in your right ear? Because I only have one RCA cable coming out, and it's not split into the two. There's two stereo inputs. It's like one side of the output going into one side of the capture. That's why. Reset the game wins. Grr. Okay. I guess I could double them, right? Yeah, I could force mono. Properties. Advanced properties. Mono. All right, how about now? Ready? How about now? Better? All right, no problem. Look at that technology. Is your audition for executive producer going well? Well, we already have all the executive producers we need over on the Red channel, the Red website. All right, players, pieces time. 29A2B4 Shqdwnight got it. Insane. Like, how do you get that so fast? I mean, look at that. Look at that. Do you have like an auto hotkey script or something? I swear Shadow has an auto hotkey script. All right, I'm going to refresh both of these streams, by the way, because I just want them to be synced up. So just give me a sec. 7 and 23. All these round oneers getting into the round of 16. Okay, looks like both players are ready. This is the top 16. And yeah, best of 5. The winner goes to the top 8. Knight versus Shqdwnight. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So, lest anyone think that this is a first in the CTM cinematic universe, Knight versus Shqdwnight, it is not. These two have played 2 times before, and both times were in the CTM universe. They played each other in Futures back in November of 2024, and Knight took that one in a decider. They also played in October in the Masters event. And Knight took that one 3-0. So this is not an unprecedented, insane phenomenon where 2 players with overlapping names played. I mean, it happens all the time, apparently. On the left side, it's Knight, seed number 7 from Canada. On the leaderboard, has a PB of 4.82 million. Or it's not on the leaderboard. Maybe it wasn't at the beginning, but it's there anyway. It's 4.82 million. Knight ranked number 8 in the most recent Premier poll, a ranking of competitive Tetris players in DAS and open competition. You can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. Use the PP command to bring up a link to the P poll, the Premier poll. Knight is a former Future Circuit winner all the way back in February of 2022. Took out Sunny Disposition 3-1. And Knight is the reigning Stupid Tetris Monthly No Bars World Champion, right? The biggest no long bar tournament ever. And Knight is the reigning I am declaring it the reigning world champion of no long bar Tetris. Knight is also a 3-time CTWC gold bracket player, played in 21 and 22 and 25. Also was 10th at the Jonas Cup in 2024, CTWC's North American DAS Championship. Dirty Tetris here for Knight 264. Knight's first Masters event was all the way back in, I want to say, February of 2023. Went out to Hydrant Dude 3-1. Played in Mega Masters in 23 and 25. Also played Mega Dasters this past year. You've seen Knight at the Genesis Regional in 2025. That was like a year ago this weekend. And got 3rd place in both the Open and the DAS categories at that Genesis event. Highest finish in Masters for Knight was a top 4. That was in August of 2025. And she went out to the eventual winner that month, Dog playing Tetris. 345 for Knight, 314 for Shadow. So in virtue of that top 8 qualifier, Knight playing her first match in the February event. So everybody who gets top 8 gets to skip through to the top 16. And on the right side, Shqdwnight qualified in to seed number 23 with a 1.23 million. And Shqdwnight defeated Hepta in round 1 and Critical Lapis in round number 2 to get to this round of 16. This is the furthest that Shadow has advanced in the Masters event. Shadow is a former community tier 3 winner. And you've seen Shadow also at CTWC regionals in Philadelphia and Boston and Connecticut and Minnesota. 506 for Knight, 441 for Shadow. Shqdwnight's first Masters was back in January of 2025. Went out 3-1 against Huffaluffagus. Also played in Mega Masters in 2025. And Stupid Tetris Monthly in August. Or July, I guess. I guess it was the July one. 649 for Knight, level 20, 517 for Shadow, level 19. Tetris for Knight, 674. Tayo says Genesis is this weekend, right? And Colin said, yep. And Tayo said, nice. So that confirms it. So Knight right now with a 200,000 point lead. Shadow with a Vitz waiting, delayed, fills it in, gets the Tetris 584. This is what I guess we would call the level 19 phase. That level 19 speed that kicked in at 130 lines. Oh goodness gracious, great. How do you say words? Gracious. There you go. But Shadow kind of fixing a little kind of a hang there. Tetris for Knight, 852, 621 for Shadow. So big lead for Knight. I don't think anyone here knows the 5 out of 7 rating meme. Oh, I am far behind on the memes, Colin. $977 Knights, a 1 away from the max here on 25. Gets it into 26, A09 for Knight, 699 for Shadow. This is a 300,000 point lead. Is my meme knowledge just whatever Twitch chat brings? Yeah, whatever's in Twitch and Discord. That's what I know. Tetris Shadow 837, B78 for Knight. A 350,000 point lead. This is a big lead. Another Tetris for Knight into 29 at C49. Now, Knight ahead by 15 lines, something like that. But certainly that it doesn't account for the whole difference. This is a real big lead. The 1.3 for Knight, that's what D means. 1.3 million. Shadow into 29. 950s. And Shadow's just got to go. And kind of hope something happens here tonight. But it does not appear that anything is happening tonight except, long bar's coming and scoring for Tetrises. Long bar goes in. Knight, E82. Shadow's got the max, level 31. This is a 400,000 point lead and maybe possibly more than that if Knight can convert a Tetris. F is 1.5 million. And there's a Tetris for Knight, and this is now a 500, almost a 500,000 point lead. There it is. Yeah, rollover for Knight. And Shadow's still going. Shadow's like, you know what? I'm going to fight. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to get every point I can. And that's going to be a top out for Shadow at 1.1 million. And Knight with the 1.7 million now. Still 11 lines to go, but see what you can do to convert these to Tetrises. Down the middle, I guess we're going. Oh, gonna miss with the bar. And no other bar comes. 1.7 is good enough, though. My word. So I think Knight won game one. Yeah, only a 1.7, guys. You choked into 39 PB. What is your into 39 PB? Mr. Brain says, this is the kind of game I'd love to see in no cap. Then if there would be a top out, it would be really exciting to see such a long chase down could be achieved. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but unfortunately, people are not going to be going that aggressive in the early phases. In a no cap situation, they're gonna be playing less aggressive than that. All right, pieces are EA9BFD. EA9BFD. Okay, looks like both players ready. Both players are on seed. Game number 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Steel says, this is my crunch opponent, Skull. Yeah, you better practice. So yeah, we kicked off crunch mode tournament last night. Just the one single match between Lucas and Blue Scooty. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I don't know. I think it took a while, maybe even if it took a while for them to sort of figure out maybe how to play that optimally, right? Maybe take a lot of those long bar burns just to give yourself time rather than always going vertical with that bar. So, but we didn't really get a kind of a deep game until the very last game. When is there going to be more of that? Good question. There's going to be more of that on Sunday, unless something gets scheduled between now and then. The next time is Sunday, in which case, well, we're going to have 4 matches. We're going to have the second of the green bracket round 1, Andy versus Fire Docs. Be a little bit of a gap between that and the next thing. So that starts at 3. And then the next thing starts at 5. But, we'll keep it as one broadcast. So Andy, Fire Docs in green round 1. And then the orange bracket, top 16, going to play down to a semifinalist. Meme versus Cole, Steels versus Knight, and then winner versus winner. So that's Sunday, the 15th. That'll all start at, 14 plus 6, so 20 UTC, either 19 or 20 UTC. I forget if we're right now 6 ahead or 6 behind or 5 behind. I forget. $207 for Knight, 186 for Shadow. But yeah, I liked it. You got to trust me, Colin, okay? Colin said I was ready to poo-poo all over the format. You don't need to poo-poo on it. You can just dislike it. And I don't, is the idiom, I'm going to poo-poo all over it? I think it's just, I'm going to poo-poo it, right? It's not poo-poo all over it. Why do you want to do that? That's gross. Colin, what's wrong with you? Just going poo-pooing on things? 325 for Knight, 254 for Shadow. So gross, Colin. But yeah, I thought it was fun, and there was enough matches, and it lasted about an hour. The problem with this fast formats is when we did Faster Masters back in the day, it was matches got over in 10 minutes. And so we tried to do it enough, tried to structure it so that matches would last, between 30 and 60 minutes, and I think we hit that. You've been hanging out with Kingsman too much? It's not possible. You can hang... Kingsman, great guy to hang out with. $418 for Knight, $329 Shadow. They're 1 line apart right now, and about 90,000 points ahead. Knight is. But yeah, I mean, players wanted that format, or they wanted a crunch tournament. I don't know if they wanted that format, but it feels like a very fair format, and it was probably play tested more than any other scoring rubric that we've ever done. Usually, I just in my head, I imagine this will be good, and then I just go with it. And a couple of times I've gotten burned. Yeah, this is not good. Let's fix it after the first match, but this time, this was play tested very heavily by Evesy and was it Fire Docs, I think? Or something, or very similar format. And then I brought in the tennis elements. 600 for Knight. But I think eventually people are going to figure out that crunch format, and we're going to get higher scoring games. That's what I think. It kind of happened that way with the no long bar tournament. Does anyone know what starting level Trapstone's crunch max out and world record was on? Probably not 29 because it was too fast. It was on 29, but it was uncapped game. 674 for Knight. Long bar in 698. Transition score for Knight. Yeah, I got to put an asterisk on that world record there. Still, though, that score was done hyper tapping. And it wasn't I don't think it was that. I mean, what was it, like 370 lines or something like that? So it's not like, 1,000 line game or something to get to that max out. 811 for Knight, 572 for Shadow. So another big lead early for Knight. Double kill screen on 29 is at 300 lines. Yeah, so, maybe like a few levels extra to get it. 6, 7. $908 for Knight, 637. Colin, what does that symbol mean? I don't get it. You have a 6 and a 7 with me in the middle. I don't get it. I've always wondered what that means. Like, why do you have those numbers specifically? Do you have like all 10 numbers, or I don't get it. Anyway, max out for Knight, level 25, 713 for Shadow. I suppose I have to report this match, right? Shqdwnight. What was it? 3-1? Yeah, it was 3-1. Critical against Critical. B19 for Knight. That is a 1.1 million. 881 for Shadow. This is about a 200,000 point lead when the lines are tied. Something like that. I mean, Shadow's playing great. Very consistent, getting to, 29 and beyond. But Knight just on another planet right now. 1.2 for Knight. Yeah, back-to-back 1.2 into 29. Tetris for Knight. Shadow's board climbing, and that is going to be a top out. And Knight is good in game number 2. Yo, why is Knight playing like Prime Fractal right now? Yeah, true. Knight's playing like Prime Knight. Yeah, true. That's true too. Okay, the pieces are here. Shadow Knight with the snipe. G's at 007 BD. Thank you for the resub 50 months. Tetris for 50 months. Thank you, G's. Appreciate that. G's a Canadian. Are you rooting for Canadians? Or bespectacled people? Wait, Knight, did you unpin and then repin? Did you really do that? You really did that? Oh my god. There's a whole new meta. EBF 430. What's up, Jade? All right, looks like both players ready. This is game number 3. Shadow needs to win to stay in. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, I think winter unpinned and repinned. You're gonna go viral? Guys, we started with Vine, we ended up with TikTok. Terrible. What a world. Was Vine really that much better? I don't know. I thought like the average Vine was way more creative than the average TikTok. $205 for Knight, $168 for Shadow. Oh, Shadow with that kind of miss of the Z. And that's going to delay his getting out of this. So Knight early pacing, 326 through 65. And if you double that, that's just about what her 19 transition would be. So on pace for another, mid 600 transition, but Shadow kind of dicey here. This is still get outable, I guess, but we will see. Yeah, it's coming down. Right, another long bar right here would help Shadow out quite a bit. All right, and then just one more. No, gonna block before you can use it. Dirty Tetris for Shadow uncovers the right side. Long bar goes in. 334 Shadow, 446 for Knight. When are the Masters tournaments this year? What? We're playing one right now. You mean Mega Masters? Oh, Mega Masters. Yeah, May. I think we're doing May, and then DAS to be determined. It's kind of unfortunate that, CTWC got moved to June because it was originally planned to have Mega Masters be like 6 months away from CTWC just to, you know, space it out throughout the year, but I don't want to change my cadence just because they changed. Move it to October. I could. So 636 for Knight, 540 for Shadow, level 20. Is there any month this year when there is not some form of regular Masters? Yeah, we'll usually get in 10 or 11 Masters events on the year. I think we got in 10, and it was really supposed to be 11. But September was kind of a problem because of the problems I was having in my apartment. You want to do Mega Masters in October? I mean, I guess I could still do that. It's not a bad thought. I'll think about it. But the problem is October is when Jonas Cup is. And so players will be trying to lock in on DAS, right? So that's the problem. 806 for Knight, 780 for Shadow. So this is a lot closer than the previous matches. Knight 870 for Shadow right now in the lead, but also ahead by 7 lines, and it's a small lead. Yeah, if Jonas Cup weren't in October, I would consider moving it, or be more likely to consider moving it to October. All right, a skimming at Tetris for Shadow, $9.99. And Knight trying to work through this garbage. You want to see no max left behind? Well, if we did that, it would be in Mega Masters. All right, the max out for Shadow. He's on 29. And oh no, Knight gonna top out, and Shadow is good in game number 3. No max left behind would end up being 150 now. Good, let's do it. I don't know. Seems like a lot of matches don't need to happen. Oh, I think it's Chris Forrest's birthday today. Big Tetris birthday. So happy birthday, Chris Forrest, wherever you are. Pieces are here, 5F976B. Can we have a level 0 best of 1 STM? Oh my god, it sounds so boring. But maybe not. I don't know. 5F976B. Let's go. Game number 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Winter, how did you know that's the name? Yeah, Silas. Yeah, thanks. We updated the donation link. And if you didn't notice, I did refund the contribution you made to the wrong one. So that got refunded. So yeah, apologies I didn't update the donation link there, but should be fixed now. Thank you, Silas. $69,000 for Night, $69,000 for Shadow. Mr. Brain wants level 0, no push down allowed. And no line cap, so it could just go forever and ever. $139 for Night, $118 Shadow. $3 contribution to the prize pool from Silas. Thank you, Silas. Appreciate it. Gets us up to 122.08. Frodo Dodo says Super Stupid Masters, and it's a tournament where each game you play a different STM format. Oh my god. That's a crazy format. Wow. Yeah, that was the original format. The ones that that Hydrant and Scotto Bozo won, that was the format. Back in 2020 and 2021. Dirty Tetris Shadow 2 rows up to 57, 313 for Night. Oh, you want no rotation versus secret grade. That's what Mr. Brain wants, like different modes. So yeah, no rotation versus versus like no long bar. Let's see who wins. Oh no, people are meowing at each other in the chat. Guys, this is not 2019. There's like 2 people who know about that. 432 for Night. Little misdrop of the L piece. Oh, another misdrop of an L piece. So Shadow 8 lines ahead, 12,000 points behind Tetris. It's going to put him ahead a little bit. And Shadow's still building 2 rows up. Long bar in, Tetris, Shadow 516, 508 for Knight. All right, we're into the 19 phase now. 588 for Knight, 578 Shadow. Excuse me. So Knight now about 43,000 points ahead, something like that. He's got some burns. And a waiting Tetris bar goes in. There's Tetris Knight 678. There's a dirty for Shadow 646. 14 rows ahead though, Shadow. Or rows, lines, whatever they're called. What are they called? Lines? Lines. Rows. Tetris Knight 749, 744 Shadow. Rose is technically correct, but that sounds so cursed. It does sound cursed. Simul Tetris 816 Knight, 841 Shadow. With Shadow ahead. Still, 13 lines. A skimming at Tetris for Shadow, 923. 922 for Knight, so super close. Basically tied. Neither player with the board to write home about, but Knight's got, dirty Tetris available. There it is. And another Tetris waiting in column 4, if she can uncover it. Man, no, gonna go in kind of awkward here. Shadow up high, though. 980. And Knight uncovers that Tetris well, gets the Tetris A22. Shadow trying to downstack here, level 31. All right, this is coming down on Shadow's side. Both players with the max. Oh, gonna miss a little bit with that that L piece. Oh no, and both players top out simultaneously, but Knight was ahead when it happened. So Knight is gonna take this match, and very competitive game number 4 here. So GG's to Shadow. Deepest run so far. Now you just got to go like one, each month, advance one round, and then, in a few months you'll win. So you just do that. It's so easy. But GG Shadow, thanks for all the pins, and it was a real pleasure. Hope to see you again. Let's go ahead and report this, and I'm not feeling so hot right now. So I'm glad this is wrapping up here. GG's to Knight. Okay. Reported. Where are we at? Yeah, we have our first top 8er. And there you go. Knight in that green bracket. So we're awaiting the winner of this whole Violet, Paco, Guafi, Sidnev situation. One of those players. And that is where we stand right now. So we're making progress. We've got more tomorrow, assuming I'm alive. Really, all of a sudden, it's just kind of hit me, not feeling well. Yeah, tomorrow, 4 p.m., 22 hours from now, Violet versus Paco, winner versus Guafi. That's what we're doing. So we'll find out at least who's going to the round of 16 anyway. And then nothing Saturday. I should probably keep that day open, honestly. It's the 14th. And then Sunday, Stupid Tetris Monthly, 4 matches, should be good. So let us go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you to those of you supporting the channel. New follower Grill, Twitch sub G's, raid from Adam Irish. Appreciate y'all. Whoops. And if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Scott Gray J, K9 Tacky, Madelsberger, N Dog, Mr. Brain, Corporal Jr., Troy Dan, Kim M, Cat Kit, Javan T, Jason, Sunny, Mila. Thank you for your support and everybody else as well. Appreciate y'all. And prize pool up to 122.08. That's good. Thank you to Silas and Pseudo Canard and Mustache Cannon, DJ Mr. Burrow and K9 and Summer B. And everybody did codes. We cleaned out the codes. All done. So thank you, everybody. Use that Maturino command if you want to help get us there. And yeah, that is going to do it for me. Thank you, YouTube. See you tomorrow. 22 hours from now or so. Bye-bye. And Twitch, who am I? You wanted a raid of some sort? Is that what you wanted? Yeah, I'm going to go lie down. I am not feeling good. Oh, Classic Tetris League? Is that what we're doing? What are we doing? Oh, C-Tap. Yeah, Stolen Short Sword, C-Tap. All right, we're going to C-Tap. Scooty versus Bendy tapping. This is pretty good. Stolen Short Sword. Take care, everybody. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Trav Nasty, even though you can't hear this, but thank you.